Hello and welcome! Silrace here with World of Warcraft. And I'm here to talk about flying mount only Battleground. Because Blizzard, please give us one. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below while you're listening to this or after you have listened to it through. Let me know what you think of this concept, of this idea. I have had this for a while. I think it's finally time to voice it out before Battle of Azeroth heads. So we have lots of battlegrounds, right, where you cannot obviously use flying mounts for a very good gameplay reason, as in balance wise. Imagine if you could fly in Warzone Gulch and you could, pick up the flag and fly into the air where nobody can you dismount you fly back into the own base and capture the flag. Doesn't sound very fun, does it? No, at least not to me, from player versus player point of view. So how about we take what is already kind of built into the game as the base concept for this and make that into this one. I'm talking about the battle path minigame essentially we have. Collect battle paths, fight it out with each other, and so on. And make that into mounts, where players do not use abilities on their mounts, but every mount has a set amount of abilities. Let's say 6 different abilities. And I'm talking about the mount families now. Like Nether Drakes, Nether Race, and so on, having slightly different abilities, and maybe even based on the color of the mount, it would have different colored abilities, and so on. And it would be players essentially flying around in the air, because flying mount battles, using their actual mount's abilities to fight each other. There could be a way to, to land somewhere and swap out a mount as needed, and so on. That could be very interesting from my point of view. This obviously requires balancing, requires building the actual mechanics into the game. This is going to be a bit of a hassle to do, but you could make it kind of a big battleground even. And most of all, because you could decide the stats of these things, just out of anywhere. You could make this a battleground which can be for anybody from levels basically 60 onwards. Essentially, as soon as you can get flying, you could get into this battleground. That could be very entertaining for many of us. At least I would definitely like something like this into the game, because firstly, it would give mount collecting a reason, like a real reason, other than just to show off your mounts in your favorite city and so on. Even if it's just a different colored abilities. Now you could obviously show off your rare mounts in battlegrounds. You could fight other players on those rare mounts, and you could really create an entirely new mini-game essentially into the game again to draw more interest in. Because I'm fairly sure this could be a very interesting battleground for a whole lot of people who want a little bit different, a little bit spicing up into their player versus player. And since Arena is where all the competition is really focused on, where balancing is focused on, this wouldn't really need to be that well balanced, considering battlegrounds themselves are not that well balanced. This is just a crazy idea I have had for quite some time, where let us collect different mounts, give those mounts abilities, and let us fight in the air with these mounts. Think of dragons fighting dragons in the skies, breathing fire and lightning and casting all sorts of other nasty spells, and then somebody comes around on Ashes of Alar and sets everybody else on fire because it's flying a dang flaming phoenix. That would be very, very amusing, at least to me. Of course, like I said, requires a whole lot of work put into the game for it, so from that point of view might not be worth it. However, as an idea, as a concept, personally I am all on this. But that's just me, this is just my opinion, just my idea. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think. Would this be something you are interested in? Would this be something you would like to see? And so on. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was an entertaining idea for somebody else than me just as well.